CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got an update here coming at you. If you're going to buy anything, I appreciate if you throw the code CHICKEN in the shop. And this is not a major, huge content update. This is what I like to call a sampler update of sorts, because these types of updates make it possible for the better updates to come down the road. So this is mostly fixes and improvements, balancing, and then some other small features. So if you guys haven't already and you want to stay up to date in Boom Beach, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. So this is the January midlife crisis update. So small, does not even get a name. I threw crisis in there. It's just midlife update. In addition to the usual bug fixes, we have some balancing done to the engraving. So the biggest changes are going to come to the engraver. Let's start out with that because that's going to be the most interesting. So engraving logic has been changed. Engravings are now activated instantly at the cost of 2 power powder. So before, to activate them, we can deactivate it here. We could activate it for instantly for 7 or for 11 hours and 30 minutes for 4 power powders instead. So now it's instantly done for 2 power powders. Engravings stay active for 12 hours instead of being permanently activated. Nobody's going to like this, but it's a way for players to spend more power powder, I guess, is the idea. We don't want leaderboard guys or higher level players with thousands of power powder not going through them. I guess. I don't know. So that's not a great change. It's not super... It might be good for the game, I guess, in the long run, but it's not super fun for you guys. And we have some logic changes to armor. The armor one is probably one of the strongest because we see that a lot in operations with Zukas not taking damage from rocket launchers as much, being able to finish stuff. So armor engraving logic change. At the first level, the base damage per shot is reduced by 100 damage or 40% of the shot's damage, whichever is less. Upgrading the engraving will increase the percentage up to 80% reduction, while the fixed reduction is always 100 damage. So sounds complicated. It's not going to protect your troops as much, is the takeaway. Leech engraving values reduced from 5% to 25%, to 5% to 15%. So for the life leech, it sounds backwards because it is. It just means that the damage that they take is going to heal them less with the leech engraving. So let's get into the fixes and improvements next. That's all about the engraver. You guys let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions about that. I'm happy to answer them. But what I would say is, if you haven't already, make sure that you activate all your engravings right now, because it's going to cost more and not last as long once the update comes around. So you want them all going before the update happens. So let's get into fixes and improvements. So fixed: persistent bases on operations and Mega Crab not getting correctly destroyed if sabotage engraving is active. So these are going to be some fixes, that just stuff that should happen. Some of them are exciting, some of them aren't. Next change: missing spaces have been added to battle and resource rewards. Minor visual. Fixed squad leaders not getting saved correctly when assigned to the first landing craft. That's news to me. They also fixed an issue with Warship character unlock choice node not always unlocking correctly. I did see this. I think that means on the stat nodes in Warships, sometimes players would unlock something like over here, and it would unlock the wrong thing. I think it was pretty rare, but it did happen. Obviously that would, not be cool, because then you got to spend diamonds for no reason. Next up, we have ground units once again do damage to Sky Shield structure HP instead of shield HP. Air units still attack the Sky Shield. Air units still attack the shield. So this was a weird one. This is a bug. This came out on the last update, so I think it was 2 Warship seasons ago. And if you guys noticed, everything was doing damage to the Sky Shield base health, not the actual shield. Because typically it's supposed to be, your barrage and artillery gets the shield down. It goes off the shield health opposed to the actual building health of the Sky Shield, if that makes sense. So, do damage to Sky Shield structure HP instead of shield HP. Yeah, because there's 2 different health points on the Sky Shield building versus the Sky Shield shield. It sounds stupid, but some text in the Mystical Monument has been resized to be more legible, visual thing. And mobile units do not show slow movement speed in unit stats page anymore. If you're really into reading the stat page on the Boom Beach troops screen, then that's going to be a fantastic fix for you. It's just this thing over here. Progression for warrior health restore on attack has been smoothed. Upgrades will not show negative increases anymore. It's kind of an odd... Progression for warrior health restore on attack has been smoothed. Upgrades will not show negative increase anymore. Okay, so I guess it was showing negative increases on the warriors when they were life leeching or something. Battle log will show which engravings were active during battle. That's cool. That's gonna be helpful because a lot of people are confused about engravings, and you know it'd be nice to see what engravings are players using, or if you get smoked by a guy, what engravings did he have active that helped them. Maybe I want to try running something like that. Okay, lastly, for fixes and improvements, if hero ability spawns critters, tapping the info now shows their stats. So we go over here, and we go to, I think they're talking about, this is Everspark. Critter spawn rate, maximum critters, so there's going to be another line, I guess, that shows the stats of the critters, or at least what level they're at. Alright, back to the fun stuff. That was kind of the just text stuff. We got some Warship updates here too, so stay tuned right now. Leech Graveyard squad leaders can be... So, first change, this is Warships and the main game. Squad leaders can no longer be resurrected. The base unit is resurrected instead, meaning a heavy. So, that's pretty interesting, because that was a big thing this season, is you could be super aggressive with your squad leaders, and you could just kind of chuck them out wherever you went. And what happened was they would come back with second wind, so it wasn't a big deal, right? It was almost a benefit. It's like, okay, I'll get these 2 engines, they'll die, cool, and then I'll bring them right back with Dr. Kavan, so it doesn't change much. So that being gone, you got to be real careful with your squad leaders, because once they're gone, they are gone. They're not coming back, and they make a major impact on the game. So. Around the match. Next up, prevent buying trader offers if the resource type is capped. I think we could do that before. So I don't have any resources capped, so I think it would break the limit space. So if they capped that, that's actually kind of a big deal. But that's just from buying trader offers, so maybe it's okay. The next one, this one's really interesting. So hidden warriors and warships. They've had some use. I would say they're very minimally, taken advantage of. Like, they're kind of a troop that we use if we don't have anything else to use. And, like, the idea of them is cool, but they never really worked in practice. So, the Hidden Warrior barracks numbers doubled in Warships. So now you're going to get double the amount of Hidden Warriors per boat. So they get, essentially, 100% buff. So that's going to be really interesting, and I hope that they're coming in Season 70, because that would be really fun to try out. Last couple changes here, guys, to summarize this update. Some old accounts do not have age set. An age pop-up after this update will now be shown for these accounts after the update. And lastly, guys, auto fast forward after battle has been added. Once the HQ has been destroyed, time speed up is automatically applied for the automatic destruction of the remaining base. This feature can be toggled on or off in the gameplay settings page. So less, like, especially if you're doing like a Smoky Zuka attack, less time spent going boom, 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 all the buildings blowing up, because it does take a minute. So that's a great feature. It's good. Efficiency. Nice. I like it. All this stuff I'm a fan of, except for the engraving changes. Is it really that big of a deal to get players to spend more power powder? I'm not sure. You guys let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will. But overall, I'm pretty excited. I think it's pretty cool. So if you guys want to see more of this update, make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. We'll have, we'll be able to show you once the update comes out and talk about it and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. And we'll catch you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.